So a question I get asked a lot is how I got into fitness, and I have mentioned it in previous episodes but never really in full detail. This is a story that's actually really personal to me. Only very close family members and friends know. But I feel that, I've been here for a bit more than a year now. I feel like we kind of have this like relationship now, and now I finally feel ready to talk about it. So I just hope in sharing my story it might maybe resonate with someone out there who's going through something similar. So I think the very first time I was ever conscious about my body image was when I was 12 years old. I kind of grew up with a lot of like self-esteem issues. I attribute this largely to the fact that my dad left when I was pretty young, and I've always just kind of had this anxiety growing up that really impacted the way I saw people, my relationships, and the way I saw myself. I always felt that I needed to look a certain way and present myself a certain way. If not, I would have this anxiety of people like leaving. Even as a child, I would remember weighing myself every single day. Literally, if I put on 0.1 kg, I would freak out. I think it also led me to start purging myself. So there would be times where after I eat like a huge meal, I would just go to the toilet, throw it all up, and then go weigh myself, and hopefully like the numbers don't move. So I think by this time I had a full-blown eating disorder. And I know a lot of you guys might think, if you just wanted to lose weight and be skinny, then why not just work out? The truth was, I hated exercise. I hated everything about sweating. I refused to engage in any kind of sports. So I basically relied on not eating to remain skinny. When I was 17, my anxiety really worsened. It was a combination of many different factors. One was from family, from school. I remember all my thoughts were just very negative. I pretty much hated myself. I didn't see the point of living. That lack of self-worth really spiraled me into a really bad depression. And I think like one of the worst things was that I would get anxiety fits. Sometimes, I would just be walking on the way home and I would just have this immense sense of like pain and upset, and I would just start crying and screaming, and I wouldn't understand why. So my fits got really bad and I had to go see a doctor who then diagnosed me with clinical depression and anxiety, and I had to be put on medication for 2 years. Seeing a therapist did help a bit and I was on medication, but I still felt personally that the depression was not going anywhere. In fact, the anxiety fits escalated to the point where I would get seizures in the middle of the night. But I remember there was just one incident that it was so bad. I fell, I hit my head. I remember like having a little blackout, and it got so bad they had to put me in the emergency room, and that was really where I felt I had hit rock bottom. That was really like the wake-up call for me, because I just knew that if I continued like this, I would probably I don't want to say it, but I would probably just kill myself, because that was like a very big option for me, and I just knew that like there was just like no way that I could like live on. I cannot. That was really like the lowest of lows for me, and I realized that there was no amount of medication and no amount of therapy that was going to help me, because I tried all of that and it wasn't working, obviously. So I decided that I wanted to start taking better care of myself, because if I don't do it, no one else is going to. And I just thought, I need to start with my physical health. Because I had absolutely no experience with fitness and I really hated exercising prior to that, I actually went online and went to go and find like workout tutorials and bodyweight exercises, so I'll exercise at home. And then I just felt this sense of accomplishment every time I completed a workout. Those like endorphins at the end that put my mind at ease and made me feel so good about myself. That was something that I had never really experienced before, and from that I was totally addicted. So I was working out at home and doing all my bodyweight exercises, and I decided that I wanted to add some challenge to my routine. So I decided to go online and get myself a pair of dumbbells. So this is the first set of fitness equipment that I ever purchased for myself, and I wanted to get dumbbells because they were just great for me to do some strength training at home. I got them pre-loved because I was also a student. That was probably like the cheapest option. So this was a good bargain that I found online. And after strength training, think that was when I started to see lean muscles growing in my body, and I felt so much stronger. I knew I wanted an extra challenge. That's when I had a friend who used to go to the gym very frequently, and I decided to ask him like, hey, is it okay if I join you, and can you bring me and show me how to lift like heavier weights? And so that's when I started going to the gym with him. And after I started weight training, I saw muscles, I felt stronger, and I really just felt a confidence. This made me feel so much better about myself, which was so different from how I used to see myself, which is like I was weak, that I was not good enough, skinny and useless. And now I actually started to realize what it meant to love yourself and to, to feel good about yourself. And in the past, when I put on weight, I would just totally freak out. But now that I was lifting weights and building lean muscle, I was gaining weight, but it was healthy weight. And I started to appreciate my body because these were hard-earned muscles. And just overall, my relationship with food improved tremendously because I was eating to nourish my body and not starving myself and looking at food as something that was like an enemy to me. And besides the physical, just mentally, that was the biggest change for me because now I was able to find a way to cope with my anxiety, to cope with my depression, and to feel this sense of confidence that I can really overcome any challenge. And I think I was seeing these changes through my physical and mental well-being that I started to improve all other aspects of my life. I improved relationships with my family, my friends. It just kind of made me feel like I could operate at a much bigger potential. So I saw how fitness helped me, and I decided that I wanted to share this with more people, which is why I became a personal trainer. And I started to train girls. I started to help people feel that same sense of accomplishment and transformation that I did. And I'm just so grateful that I can do this as a job and to also create videos for you guys. And of course now, I don't use 3 kg dumbbells anymore. I get to go to the gym and lift a lot heavier weights, but I still keep these for sentimental value. They're very useful, they're still really hardy, and I feel like it's time for me to pass them on to someone else who might be kickstarting their own fitness journey. So I decided to list them on Carousel along with a lot of other pre-loved items to create a whole fitness starter kit. And this is when I want to introduce the concept of reboxing. So I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of these unboxing videos where influencers get boxes from clothing brands and makeup brands and they take out the products to showcase what's inside the box. I get those too from time to time, and while I'm really happy to receive all these products, I feel that it's pretty wasteful because a lot of the times the colors don't really match with my skin tone, or if it's a clothing brand, sometimes the clothes are not really my style. So the concept of reboxing is putting together products that you either don't use or that are pre-loved and passing along to someone who might need it a lot more. We live in a society where there's so much buying and throwing away and a lot of waste, and I just feel that if we can find ways to reuse or repurpose things that we no longer need, then we won't be contributing to that waste culture, and a marketplace like Carousel is just the perfect place for that. Carousel is a place where you can buy and sell pre-loved items. You get to declutter, and someone else gets to buy your pre-loved items and enjoy the benefits from them, so everyone wins. So this is my box, and I'm gonna show you guys what's going in there. These are my trusty 3 kg dumbbells. The next item going to my box is an outfit from Lululemon. These were actually like my first pieces of items from Lululemon. Next up are my resistance bands. So these are the very first resistance bands that I ever owned, and they're gonna do amazing things for you. The next thing going to the box is this protein shake bottle. I just really like the size of this bottle because it fits very nicely in your purse. The next thing going to my box is this massage ball and a foam roller. And these are tools to help you massage your tense muscles. I actually developed these products as my first line of merchandise back when I was 20 years old. These products are actually really rare because obviously my company Fit Co doesn't exist anymore. I only ran it for a year, but I still have a couple of these excess products lying around the house, and I'm thinking I might as well give it on to someone else who's gonna reap benefits from it. So I'm gonna list my fitness starter kit on Carousel as a giveaway, and in addition to this, I'm also gonna be throwing in a month's worth of personal training with me. So in reboxing all my pre-loved fitness essentials, I hope this kit is gonna go a long way in helping someone else kickstart their fitness journey. So a week ago, I listed my pre-loved fitness starter kit on Carousel, and I asked you guys to comment and tell me why you guys wanted to win it. So I read through a lot of your comments, a lot of you all shared your struggles with fitness. I just want to thank you guys so much for being so honest with your stories. It really resonated with me, and I just wish so much that I could meet all of you. But I could only choose one winner, and that winner is Vina!
Hi everyone,
Okay, congratulations on winning the giveaway.
Thank you so much.
So Vina, what made you decide to take part in this giveaway?
Actually, I followed you on Instagram and I watched a lot of your YouTube videos and I really find you very inspiring and you're someone that I would really want to learn from.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me and I'm really excited to be training you as well, and you've just won yourself 1 month of personal training with me, courtesy of Carousel, and you've also won all my Reebok's pre-love fitness items, so this is gonna be great for you to really kickstart that journey. Are you ready for your very first session with me?
Yep, I'm super ready for this.
Great, so put on our stuff and let's go. Today, I'm just gonna basically bring you through what it's like to have a very first session with me. I wanna really get a sense of what your fitness level is like and then just talk about what your goals are moving forward. This is actually a dumbbell from my fitness starter kit. First one we're gonna do is some goblet squats. Squeeze the dumbbell at the top here. You're gonna sit back into a squat, break at the hips, and then push into your heels and come up. Great news is that you can keep this at home so you can practice with it and really like increase the intensity of your workout. Come on, you can do this. 3, 2, and drop. High five. Okay, so now I want to show you how to use a foam roller, and this is one of the items that I put in the box. Lie down on top of this, lift the hips off the floor slightly, and just roll. This is going to help you to just relax that area, relax those tense muscles, and it also gets like blood flowing in that area. So it's really good for blood circulation. You really feel like release, right? That was your very first session with me. How do you feel?
I really feel like much more motivated and I'm gonna be very excited for our whole month of training.
Yeah, I think we have a very exciting month ahead. Alright, so we're having our post-workout smoothie right now and you did a really great job, so I ordered you a berry protein smoothie. It has a good amount of carbs because you want to eat carbs right after a workout, and also some protein. We want it to repair our muscles, to help us recover, and also help us build lean muscle. I'm actually really glad that you took part in this Reeboxing giveaway.
Actually, I was looking to get a new set of dumbbells online so that I could use them at home to exercise, and I'm really glad that I got these dumbbells from you. These items have like some story behind them and can pass on the story to me to like create new story for these dumbbells and the rollers and stuff.
And through Carousel, we got to meet each other, we got to connect, and I'm just really looking forward to training you now and to see you really progress in your fitness journey. We've come to the end of today's episode. Make sure you check out Carousel to experience a win-win situation like me and Vina did. Link is in the description down below. And with all other videos, please remember to give this one a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and hit the little bell so you always get notification every time we post a new video. Or you can download the Click Network app to get early access to our videos before they hit YouTube. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye!